Hi everyone, my name is Bridget Henn. I'm an occupational therapist at the STAR Institute. I wanted to pop in today to talk about developmental milestones. Generally, when we think about developmental milestones, we go to the pediatrician, or as a parent, as a caregiver, as a therapist, we're typically thinking about those gross motor, fine motor milestones. Did the child walk in time? What about crawling, rolling over, reaching, grabbing, things like that. Today we're actually going to talk about some of our hidden milestones. These are milestones that you don't typically look for or see. And these milestones are really important for our social, emotional, developmental growth. When we think about these milestones, we think about being calm and attentive and available to interact and take in the sensations around our environment. We call that regulation. This is our ability to look, to touch, to listen, to smell, and if we're irritable or not available, it's hard to take in all of those sensations and pick up on things around our environment. In addition to that, we have our ability to pick up on other people and other people's cues. We call this engagement, and this really drives the process of relationships. Recognizing other people in the room with an eye gaze, turning towards a caregiver's voice. These are all things that we want to look for in our children to see if they're, ready to engage and start to build those relationships. Then we want to think about communication, and generally communication, we think about verbal communication. What we're really looking for is those gestures and sounds and nonverbals that really drive our ability to be purposeful and start to make communication meaningful. And then once we are able to do that, we really look at the ability to be engaged and communicate for longer periods of time. So really get into a flow of communication with another person. We call this shared problem solving, shared social problem solving, where we're so interested in the other person that we are so motivated to continue communicating with them. So our ability to use gestures really expands. Our ability to use words and language really begins to develop and flourish. These, early developmental milestones are really important when we spend time with caregivers and parents and really help our children recognize the environment around them and pick up on really subtle cues and make them big and meaningful for them to continue to be motivated to want to grow their relationships. Generally, these milestones are present or integrated within the first year or two of development. It's not atypical for us to see these milestones not integrated in school-age children and adolescents and through young adulthood. So we like to think that these milestones can develop through a lifespan. And they're super important for driving our motivation to engage and be interested in the world around us. That's all I have for today. Thank you for watching and listening, and you can comment below.